Hello, hello. How are you all doing out there? This is Tirra-Omilade, your goddess guru. Y'all know I love helping women align with their life purpose using ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. Calling all the goddesses, calling all the sisters. Let's circle up. How y'all doing out there? I decided to use some different music tonight. How y'all liking it? All right, y'all, come on, party up, up, up. All right. Y'all remember those house claps back in the 80s and the 90s for those of us that were in college, acting all grown at the parties or up in DC? Hey, how are you, Goddess Eileen? Welcome, Mama. Welcome. Welcome to all the goddesses out there, all of the sisters who are here live, all of the sisters who are hashtag replay. It's your girl, Tirra-Omilade, your goddess guru. Eileen says soul clap. We would all just be in the party, baby. I don't know what it was about that clap. I don't know what it was, but let me tell you, we were doing that clap. DJ was playing. That was when the DJs were live and they had the vinyl records. Woo, girl, I'm about to go back, Eileen. Girl, you know how we be reminiscing too? So, yes, on this evening to talk about two things. First and foremost, I want to talk about, I talked about what do we do at night? Because there's the morning, there's first thing in the morning, then there's the morning rituals, and then there is what's in the middle of the day, like how do you take care of your energy? And then there's the evening practices. So let me just pull this up because Eileen said it's time for the percolator. Eileen cracks me up. Oh my gosh. Eileen is freaking hilarious. So I had created this maybe in 2020 and revamped it in 2021. And I just love this guide, right? I love this guide. Guide is actually based on my life and what I do. So yesterday I described this because I got on my using my phone, so I couldn't show it to you. And so today I'm showing it to you. And this is what I was focused on yesterday. Hey, Monica. Hey, Queen. How are you? Take time to detox from your day. So, my question is, how are you detoxing from your day? And what I talked about yesterday was the importance of cutting cords. Okay. We want to claim our energy, we want to call our energy all back to us. And so now, yeah, what I want to tell you tonight is about hypnosis. This is something that I highly recommend. Maybe it could be something like a subliminal track. Also, if you don't have a hypnosis track, a subliminal track. And typically, whatever the track is that I'm listening to, well, okay, let me tell y'all why I love hypnosis. Let me talk about hypnosis before I go into like what I do, because most people don't use hypnosis. You're the best, Eileen. Thank you. um, so most people think that it's time, when it's time to change, these are the steps you follow to make the change or whatever. And there are steps to follow to make the change. But if we want the change to be a little more easy, where it feels like the change is easily and effortlessly happening from the inside out, then that's where you want to begin the change on the inside. And so our subconscious mind is going to dictate whether or not you make the change, or, if your subconscious mind is deciding, okay, we're going to hold on to this thing or we're going to let it go. Um, It is making a lot of decisions. It seems like consciously we make decisions, but honestly, we make decisions through our subconscious mind. And I've even heard through our gut flora also. And so, hey, Queen Marat Rogers, how are you? Look, I said your whole name. Peace, love, strength, and power, light. Yes, I love it. So, um, when we are, um, looking to like when I'm thinking about the next day that's coming, that will largely maybe I'll think about two things. I'll think about the day that's coming the next day, and I'll think about the day that I've had. And so I might do okay, blah 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 blah. Let me go back. So the subconscious mind is really what you want to affect. And you want to work on this subconscious, you want to do this subconscious mind work regularly. Now, there may come a time where, you pretty much have programmed your subconscious mind and you're congruent with it. You're doing with whatever the program is that you've given it, installed into it. It's like the subconscious mind loves to have the exact same thing. It doesn't like change. It likes to get on think about a railroad track, and it just likes to go and go and go, right? So the subconscious mind actually does well with things being done over and over and over and over again. So when you do something for so long, over and over again, you don't even have to think about it. Just think about like when you're driving down the road, you're going someplace that you've been 2,000 times, and one day you look up and you're like, I don't even remember driving here, right? So I forgot there's a name for that actually. And so that's how the subconscious mind works. And so when we are, one of the best ways to impact your subconscious mind is when you're very relaxed. And because the subconscious mind, um, the conscious mind will dictate what is allowed to come into the subconscious mind. And so in order to get our thinking mind, disengaged, you want to, use something like hypnosis. It's subliminals. I like subliminals as like the enforcer of the hypnosis. Subliminals work, hypnosis works faster, right? And so, um, one of the reasons I like doing hypnosis at night is because number one, I think about the day that I had. And so, do I need to do a hypnosis that addresses, what kind of day I had? So, let's say had a day where I was like, man, I just didn't get along with everybody today, or I'm just really remembering somebody that really hurt me or ticked me off or whatever, or I just feel like there's too much going on the inside of me. So I might do a hypnosis that's more about releasing and letting go of something, right? Maybe I've had a day where it was like I just did not do well with eating and exercise. So I might put on a hypnosis that will speak to that. And then I might think about the day ahead. So, maybe I've been feeling a little bit like I'm not feeling real confident in my business, or there's something about confidence. Then I might put on a hypnosis that's going to install confidence. And so, hypnosis is not something that is really done when you're asleep. It's actually like I have two ways of thinking about it. I would put hypnosis on and go to sleep any day than not using hypnosis. However, sometimes in the hypnosis, whatever because it's like you get somebody very relaxed, very, very relaxed. And they get so relaxed that it's like sometimes you don't even have to full on pay attention to what's being said. As a matter of fact, the more you can just kind of relax but not be full on asleep, the better the hypnosis will work, because it's the conscious mind is being disengaged. Sometimes it's being disengaged. Maybe there's music playing, or maybe there is a story that's being told, and the conscious mind just kind of gets lost in this story. And the story is designed to take you deeper and deeper into relaxation. Yeah, like my hypnosis voice. And so the more you get relaxed, but there's your subconscious mind is listening. And so let's say it's about confidence. So it could be whatever's in the hypnosis, it's informing your subconscious mind because that's what we're using. That's why we're doing hypnosis because we're letting our subconscious mind know, I know we were on this track, but we're changing tracks. We're not staying on this one anymore. We're going in a new direction. And so the subconscious mind is listening to the suggestions. That's what hypnosis is. You just make suggestions to the person. And then the subconscious mind will say, okay, well, this is where we're going to go now. And so when you do that right at bedtime, just like when you write out your list of things to do, the subconscious mind just wraps around it even better. You're asleep, and it's nothing that's gonna like. You can't mess up hypnosis, but it's like that's the last thing that the subconscious mind received for the day, and so you wake up and I do it upon rising too, but for me, doing hypnosis at night is so very important for me crafting what is it that I want? Do I need more confidence? Do I need to stop procrastinating and start taking action? I have one for business. It's called something about fearless female entrepreneur. Like, what do you want? You learning something, you writing something, it's hypnosis for anything. You can use hypnosis for anything. One of the ones I used initially, like all the time in the beginning, was hypnosis for spiritual cleansing. So anytime I like maybe sometimes at a new moon, I might put on the spiritual cleansing one. And it's just really about releasing that negativity. Like sometimes if I feel like, man, I just really feel negative, I might put that on so that I can get my subconscious mind all cleaned out. So that's something I want to offer to you all. Hey, baby boo Grace. Okay, let me go back up and see who's here. Hey, Shamika, how are you? Yay, her first live. Glad you're here, Shamika. Woohoo. I love how y'all are so loving to each other. That's why I say we sisters, we circling up. I'd be knocked out before they get into the meat of the story. I love that. But it's working for you, Eileen. It's working for you. Okay. So, yes, that's something that I want to really emphasize is having an evening practice. So, let me ask you all. I know Eileen has used hypnosis, and Eileen, what difference does it make for you at night, or what difference is it making for you? Have any of y'all used hypnosis? If so, how has that experience been? Um, I relate hypnosis to the goddess Yemoja. I said Isis. Okay, let me get a little sip of water, y'all. So I relate hypnosis to Yemoja, and I'm going to tell y'all why. So when I learned about Yemoja first. Well, Isis is probably a name I've heard for a long time. But I did initiate and get my leges first. And right shortly thereafter, I started reading this book called The Metu. And in this book, he talks about the Neter, which are like, the Orisha or archangels, these archetypes and or these energies, type archetypal energies. And so one of them is the energy called Aset in Kemet. And of course, another name that we know her by is Isis. And so um, when um, when we look at this energy Aset, like Ra'un Nefer Amen, the one who created the Metanetter, he will say like, for Aset, she rules this part of the body. These are her herbs. This is her chant. And one of the other thing that he talks about is this is their faculty, like inside of us. What does this Orisha represent? And she represents memories, emotions, and she is okay. So when he talks about like when a baby is born, which one of these neter are like wide open, and because some of our faculties or these energies in us, he says, are dormant when we're born, but there's 3 that are active when we are born. And one is Aset, another one is Sebek, and then the other one is Het Haru. I guess I don't need this right now. The other one is Het Haru. So that would be Yemoja, Eshu, and Oshun, because there's a hierarchy that he gives. And it's not really about one is higher than the other, but it's the tree of life, and he has them on the tree of life, which I don't really know anything about the tree of life except for what I learned from him. And so he talks about how this Yamaja energy, this Aset energy is wide open. It is memory. And what is memory? Memory is what we is how we learn how to deal with the world. Like, how we learn our name through our Aset faculty, um, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. We learned about, our gender. We learned about like our family and what does our family stand for? What does our family believe? It's like 0 to 7 years. This energy. Just children are programmed. Period. Period. Take one child, put them at one family, one situation, they will be one way. Put them in a whole different situation, they'll be another way because they are programmable. We are programmable, right? And part of that is through memory. This is how we learn how to do everything. It's just we memorized it, to be honest with you. And so the other one is emotions. And so part of what the subconscious mind is dealing with is memories. Sometimes it's something that happened, you can't deal with it. Subconscious mind will suppress that until you're ready to think about it. The subconscious mind actually through one another thing with her is it's like repetition is the mother of skill, doing something over and over and over again. That's how you learn with this I said energy. And so this is the subconscious mind, right? And then the emotions, they can get stuck in us. And so this is how I began to realize that, this energy of Yemoja, I said, is the same energy as the subconscious mind. Combine that with once I started learning astrology, I was like, oh, Pisces is the same as Aset Yemoja. And Pisces is the subconscious mind. Okay. And so I just encourage you all to learn more about your subconscious mind so that you know that change can be much easier. Life can feel so much better when we start doing something with everything that's in that subconscious mind. And when we are cautious with the words that we say, there's a law, it's the law of oneness, all is one. And I remember when I first began to hear somebody give me some new teaching on this, and that is, the divine energy is everywhere. It's all knowing. It hears everything. And so when we say something and the subconscious mind is all one, right? This is like really and truly we're energy. Just, all this consciousness is just walking around. It seems like we're just a body, but we're not. And so when we talk and we say things like, well, I am, when we um like draw these conclusions, when we dive deep into the stories. See, that's another thing. That this is what we are, y'all. Like seriously, it was like starting it has blown my mind to realize this. We're just a story. And we can rewrite our stories whenever we want. And this, what do we do all day long for some of us? I'm this bad thing. I'm that bad thing. I'm just like, I didn't do this right and I didn't do that right. And, doing all that to us. And the subconscious mind is like, oh, okay, that's what she wants. Like we are telling our subconscious mind literally, this is who and what I am. And when we talk about other people, when we speak, whatever we say about other people, the subconscious mind takes everything personally. The subconscious mind is like, "Oh, this who she is. This is what she's focused on." So it's like the four agreements, be impeccable with your word. One of the things that the author talks about is, how many people walking around here cursing folk. how do we do it? Through gossip, through saying things. Just sometimes we're just like we just yell at somebody, and we just say something about them, and because they made us mad or whatever. We've just spoken something into them, but we also speak it into us. Like whatever we say, the subconscious mind is taking it personally. These are things to like. I had to go learn this stuff, but that's why I'm telling y'all. So y'all now know your subconscious mind takes everything personally. And remember, I talked about how it's about suggestions. And so you really want to be cautious about how you suggest. What are you suggesting to you about you? Listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth about you. Because your subconscious mind is like, it doesn't discriminate because it's not here to do that. If we talk like we all know, I know we know this, but I hear people do it all the time. Girl, I'm broke. I'm like, oh my God, please don't say that. No. It's like, okay, right today, this is not a good time. Like, I just have learned how to say other words. Today is just not a good this is not a good time for that, so I'm just choosing to not do it. I could have $0 in the bank and I will not say I'm broke. No way, no how. Abundance is mine, honey. It's pouring in, it's raining in. But because of this learning about the subconscious mind, and this is why I'm letting you all know, because I want y'all to know this. It is you I challenge all of you. Okay. I so badly like I'm holding all y'all by your face like this, and I'm really looking you in your eyes. And I'm saying, please learn about the subconscious mind. Okay. I will be doing more teachings about it. I'm putting together now a package or a bundle, whatever you want to call it, for people who want to go through a hypnosis session or two with me, do some NLP, to begin to shift what's going on up there, in that subconscious mind. But it's so important for you. If you don't work with me, you find somebody to work with who can help you understand how do you work with your subconscious mind? How do you get it to stop sabotaging you? And how do you get it to be like you tell your subconscious mind, this is what you're gonna do. Okay. Um, Let me see here. This is my link. I prefer to use it at night. And even though I'm knocked out, it was one of the first tools we used in reprogramming my subconscious mind. I swear by it now. I sleep to hypnosis tracks. Yes, Eileen works with me. And this is one of the first things I started sharing with her is using this hypnosis tracks. And because literally you can begin to rewrite the story of your life. And let me tell y'all something else of why I said is, or Yemaja is related to hypnosis, because hypnosis is about relaxing. It's really about just relax, close your eyes, and be prepared to just feel like you have gone away and you're on some island, and the waves come in and the waves go out. And, it's like really sensory because the subconscious mind thinks in pictures, sounds, and feelings. It's important for us to write words down. It's important for us to be cautious of the words that we use. And it's important to know that what we look at, what we think about, look at the pictures in your mind. Are you okay with what you're thinking about? So it thinks in thoughts, pictures, and sounds, and it's about relaxation. And so this is Yemoja. And so the more we're relaxed in our life, because see, what is relaxation? Relaxation puts you in a position to receive. This is Yemoja. It puts you in a position to receive. Because when we think about the mother face of the goddess, which I call Yemoja most days, she has to receive. Well, Oshun is what makes the magic happen to conceive the baby. But, this energy of Yemoja has to receive, the baby into the womb and gestate the baby, So it's about receptivity. That's one of the qualities, like that's one of the messages of Yemoja is how receptive are you to receiving that which you say you want? It's a very receptive energy. And so, that's what hypnosis is largely about, relaxing and being receptive to receiving a new suggestion. So it really works. I've been sleeping to them since last year sometime, and I'm very pleased. I'm just a different person now. She really is. I've watched the transformation. And what did Eileen say that I was thinking about? Oh, so I do like combining the subliminals with the hypnosis because there's some hypnosis tracks that I listen to that are more subliminal because there's no words. Like sometimes I'm like, I just don't want words. I just don't want words. I just want to go to sleep because it stimulates me. I mostly listen to the ones with words, to be honest with you, because I like going through, like, there's this one where it's removing um, like negative thinking. And so, the way the track goes is you have to it tells you like is you're moving around some stuff, like there's some colorful stones that represent the positive thoughts, and then there's these black stones or dark or something like that, gray, that represent what you no longer want. And so you're taking the ones that are darker and moving them out, or you put them in a trash bag, and then you tie the trash bag up. So I'm telling y'all all that just to kind of give y'all how it's very sensory, right? With a lot of words. So I do like the subliminals. And I actually have created subliminals also for when I had the inner circle. And I listen to subliminals all day long for the most part, all day long, because I guess I can pull this back up. This is why I created this right here, this goddess guide, this guide to setting up your goddess centered practice, is because I realize this is something that's important for us to do all day. All day. Like all day, we need to be managing our energy, you know? It is so very important. And so I listen to subliminals. Like there's some subliminals that you can listen to during the day because they won't make you sleepy. Hypnosis is definitely something where you cannot be moving around with this hypnosis. Like park it and they have typically suggestions, at least what I do also in my hypnosis tracks that I make for people is I say, if you're at bedtime, you can just go on ahead and sleep and ignore. And then there's this way that we bring people out of hypnosis. Um, but subliminal messages you can listen to all day long. So sometimes I listen to my hypnosis in a subliminal way. And then other times I just listen to subliminal messages. There's some subliminal messages that are best listened to at night. And that typically the instructions are on there. And then, like I said, typically first thing in the morning, I'm listening to a hypnosis track. Now, something else that I'll tell y'all. No, I'm gonna end with that. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to show y'all, some of y'all may not know this, but we're gonna talk about this too. I want to have a little chat about it. Oh, wait a minute, let me see. I'm working on reprogramming my subconscious mind. Ah, yes, Eileen, the whole world looks and life looks different now. I've been doing NLP with Tyra since last August, and it's literally changed my life. Yes, Eileen. Yes, don't say I'm broke. And yes, tailor-made hypnosis tracks. Yep, I do make those. Yes, yes, yes. So definitely we'll keep talking about hypnosis. It's something that I want to do more of. I want to lead y'all through hypnosis, all that kind of good stuff. So this is, I want to tell y'all, I have a VA who I met. She started following me on Instagram. And at the time, I was just like, I feel so stressed. And so I reached out to her and I was like, oh, she's very unique. I call her April, the super VA, because I could tell she was a little woo woo. And so April has been, I said, I want to work with you. So I'm hiring her services. And I asked her if she would upload a blog for me. And she uploaded the blog, and look how beautiful she made it. I gave her the words, but she pizzazzed it out, baby. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I say that, and I'm dropping in the link if you want to go see this. But I say that this month we have a lot going on with actually it's this week. Jupiter is conjuncting Neptune. So this is a highly spiritual time. And I thought it would be good to look at um, what signs are sometimes apparent when you are having a spiritual awakening. I remember my spiritual awakening, it was very scary. Um, but I think articles like this, when I think back on it, sort of help me, but it's not all the time super comfortable. Can y'all relate? Let me know. Can you relate to that? Have you had a spiritual awakening of some sort? I would love to know that. Um, this was one of the main ones that I experienced. I just would feel off. It almost felt like seemed like something is wrong, but I can't put my finger on it because when I look around, like nothing is really wrong. So, what have you experienced in terms of like feeling off? Um, in the other thing that I'll say about feeling off is it's important to not panic. But you have to identify that you're in the middle of a spiritual awakening um in order for you to be like, okay, this is why I'm feeling off. Eventually I did get to that place. Yes, April the super VA. And if anyone needs somebody who offers VA services, let me know and I will refer you to April. She's more than a VA, though. Just know that. She goes like I always say, black girl magic. She goes beyond my expectations, and I am so grateful that I was like, man, to find the first VA I ever worked with. I'm so fortunate. Thank you, my loves. Okay, let me see here. Hey, Virgo Bliss. Yes. My awakening was scary, lonely, and confusing. Yes, Shamika. Oh my gosh. It feels so very lonely. And sometimes the confusing part is maybe the most torturous part because it feels good to feel, definitive. But, it's that messy middle between going from where you were to where you've been. And to be honest with you, you can have more than one. I'm in the midst of a spiritual awakening right now. I'm like, oh my God. This one is another really interesting one. You become more intuitive. And so I thought that I find that when people become more intuitive, they get a little scary about it. A little. Did Virgo Bliss just join? If I'm sorry if I didn't speak before. I don't know why I thought I saw her up here. But hey, Virgo Bliss. Yeah, she's new to the live stream tonight. Oh no. Okay, yeah, there she is. Okay. So yeah, it can be very you start getting intuitive and people start getting crap, like very afraid. And they'll say things like, you know, you feel like a spirit is there and it's just making you feel uncomfortable because of course what is being more intuitive we are we can pick the veil is thinner between this physical realm and the unseen realm. So I had two back to back like a year and a half apart. Yeah, you can have more than one spiritual awakening. Maybe sometimes part of the band-aid got pulled off and then the other part has to get pulled off. um so yeah, I've always been intuitive, but um, I became very intuitive. I remember the year, well, maybe, within a year of me starting my initiation, um, I was pregnant and I was having dreams. I was like, this is off the chain. Like I should not know this. There's no way I would dream about people's business. Not I'm like, I don't even care. It would just come to me, right? I wasn't fishing for it. I wasn't thinking about them. And it would be something super random. Ooh, I was so intuitive during that time. So that was, I was pregnant and having a spiritual awakening. So your spiritual beliefs begin to change. This is when I find a lot of people come looking for me. Virgo Bliss says, yes, I'm starting to see things again. Like as a child, I love that and try not to react around others. Yes, I love that. Virgo Bliss. Um, I remember one time my mother had been diagnosed with cancer and I was just so young and just so scared. And I was just like, I don't want this gift, God. and I sent away my, intuition, and then I was like, God, can I have it back?" And so once it came back, it was like I had to get used to, having my intuitive, feelings back and everything. So it is an adjustment, and, yeah, I just have learned sometimes it's more fun if it's people who don't really know what's going on. It's fun just to watch whatever I see and watch how they respond to it. So hang in there. Looking forward to hearing you continue to unfold. Hello, Mystic Storm Spirituality. Yes, I'm here. Hashtag replay queen finally caught alive. So glad to have you here. So yeah, your spiritual beliefs begin to change. Very big one. Very, very much so. Um, I know mine did because I was raised Christian, and I just remember, well, I always had questions. I was always a little bit spiritually different. But when that spiritual awakening began, I was like, okay, I need to know the religion of my ancestors before slavery, and what's this thing with Egypt? And I even remember because I didn't really know anything about African spirituality initially. And so I initially started looking at Islam, and I was like, oh, no, I don't need no disrespect, but that's not for me. Oh, I think I was a vegetarian back in the day, and I think it was starting to hang out. You learn about the chakras and stuff. It's like things that go with vegetarianism, which have nothing to do with food. Maybe it's just the groups I was around. I got exposed to it or something. I don't know. But I think it was something sort of, you know what though? I found Queen Afua before I became a vegetarian, actually. So it was actually Queen Afua that introduced me, especially to some of the Egyptian deities. Yes, that's when I found you 2 years ago. Oh, Vince watched about 2018. I love that. I was started studying the Ifa tradition. Love it. My beliefs hit me hard. That one hurt the most. Yeah. I get that, Shamika. I really do. I get that one. Yeah, 4 years ago. Oh my gosh, yes. And here we are still together, Virgo. Bliss. Yes, I agree. Oh my God. I so agree. My heart just, yeah. Um, so yeah, changing the spiritual beliefs. And so now I actually am like, just do you. Like, do whatever you want to do. Whatever your spirituality is, we are, and I don't remember if I had this conversation with myself or I said it to you all in a video recently, but honestly, I believe some people are born here to have a religion. Don't get me wrong, but I think most people need to just figure out what is your religion. Self religion, I say, is what most of us need. The more we listen to what spirit tells us to do, then that is what to me, that's the best thing that we can do. And I feel like most people are landing in that spot, but it typically does take jumping around a little bit. I know I looked at Buddhism for a while. I was like, no, I can't commit to just this one thing. I can't, because I always have to have the afro. Don't get me wrong now, y'all. I got to have my afro. It's the foundation. I'm like, I need religion that looks like me. And I love I love all the religions. I'm not gonna lie. I respect all the good parts of the religion, and I reject the dogma that humans create. But the good parts of the religion, the real teachings, I respect them. But what I know is this: when you come from a people like mine, where my people have been oppressed, and folks have tried to erase us, then it's important to have a religion that reflects you. Because I don't remember who said this, but it was something to the effect of, as long as God doesn't look like you, then this is how you will remain tamed, actually. When we talk about the four agreements, he talks about the taming. And that's part of the taming that humans create about religion is, we're going to make this just look like a few of us. We're going to exclude others, And it's just hard to wrap your mind around, your inner divinity when you don't see God looks like you. So we need, for me, Afro is like the baseline. Like that's it. It's got to be there. But I'm not gonna lie, the goddess is there too. It's foundational because cool belief. Some of these Afro religions are very male dominated. I remember when I was, starting to come on a little bit more and or I would get messages from people and it was like to the effect of, well, I'm working with a real famous Babalao. I'm like, really? We just really gonna just offer all the praises and all the greatness belongs to the Babalaos. Let me tell y'all something. I love men. I'm married to one and I got 2 sons. I love men. I don't have anything against men. Adore men. Adore. Love the masculine energy, right? So I just say that to qualify that um great. But I think to myself, like, we got to become more self-aware of, like, really, can a man be the spiritual leader of a woman, like, in all ways? No. I say no, because a man don't know what it's like to be a woman. Just like I can't be a spiritual leader to, males in all ways because I don't know what it's like to be in that body and have those hormones. I don't know anything about that. So that's number one. Number two, is something interesting if, especially here in the diaspora, is something really interesting if we are only, we are part of a religion where it's like the masculine, the men are praised. Now, of course, we have the female deities, which makes it so much better. Um, but I was like, as long as God doesn't look like me, as long as the leadership, it like if you tell me women can't do something, it's a red flag for me. It's a red flag for me. And so I was like, I gotta find the goddess. I remember when I was a girl, I was like, why God gotta be he and not she? Like I always had this propensity for a female deity. And so yeah, I bounced around, and when I got to things like Buddhism, even Hinduism, which they're sort of browner like me, but I'm like, y'all not gonna put my face on none of this. Y'all not gonna make this. And the other thing is, I can't stand that African spirituality is not honored. Even goddess traditions are not full on honored, right? So, we bounce around. I got my Buddha right over here. I will do a chant. I will be doing my little mindfulness work. I will do it all. I don't discriminate, self religion, like I was saying, but I did have to jump around a little bit. Okay. Ah, okay, wait a minute. If y'all gonna be doing that, we gonna put this up. Virgo Bliss been part of the Goddess Body Mind Spirit community now for 4 years. Monica, a part of the Goddess Body Mind Spirit community, 3 years strong. And I'm going to say Monica was considered one of the founding members of my membership. I remember when Monica first joined because I was like, I don't know this lady, and she joined my membership. I've gotten to the next level, so thank you, Monica. Yes, gumbo spirituality. That's what I was talking to. I was talking to the spiritual aspirants. Gumbo spirituality. Okay. We are gumbo people. Most of us know we got about 3, 4 things up in here. Okay. We got about 3, 4 branches of our ancestry going around the world. We are gumbo people. I don't care what we look like on the outside. All right. So yeah, why would we not have gumbo spirituality? You start having vivid dreams. All right, going back. Eileen, 1 year strong. Happy birthday. Oh, no. Happy birthday to ya. All right, Eileen. 1 year is a part of the Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. What's up, baby? Okay. You start having vivid dreams. So, this is another biggie. I see people all the time. They're like, never used to dream. Now I'm dreaming. And that can freak people out. That can freak people out a little bit. So, yeah. And I did like what it said here. Some of us are just sort of pretty vivid dreamers. And I will offer, maybe we'll talk about this another time. when you have a dream, you want to ask yourself, like, okay, was it my mind? Like I told y'all, hypnosis. When you use hypnosis, you don't got to work stuff out in your dreams, but where you're working something out in your dream. And then the other thing that you want to ask yourself is like, is this dream prophetic or is it symbolic? You know? And sometimes I think, maybe it just doesn't mean anything at all. But sometimes you like, no, this dream meant something. You really know. And this could be, a sign of spiritual awakening, and you find inner peace. You find more inner peace. And so what ends up happening, and I know y'all can relate to this, is we will find ourselves um all like, I don't know if anybody's gonna accept me, or like some people just get downright mad. They're like, they lied to me. They lied to me about y'all like this little, like, she's so good. I love April. But they're like, I'm now awake. It's like we're all walking around like this, in different levels, different levels. It's like we're in the matrix in the pods. And in some kind of way, Morpheus and Trinity reach us. And now we're awake. We come out, we're like, all these lies. It's so many lies that I like, how did I not see it? It was like in plain sight. And, they're upset about the religion that they were, or whatever they were taught. And then you just get to a place where like, ooh, this is fun. Like, it's so cool learning all this new stuff. I don't have any idea of what it means, but it's wonderful. And then you get to that point where it's a lifestyle and you settle into it. And so, yeah, it's on my 5 signs you are having a spiritual awakening. Whew, okay, y'all. I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's 9 o'clock. I'm an early bird. And what did I do? I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, I decided, so I had to get up early for so long, for so many years, that here lately it's like if I can like sleep in, and typically what I do is I wake up and I do the hypnosis and I do the mindfulness. That's, like my little Buddhist like thing. I do my mindfulness, affirmations, prayers, gratitude. It's like this whole thing I do when I wake up. Um And so I'll do that. And, I was getting up a little bit late for me, like 7 o'clock some days, but some of this was me going to bed at like 1 or 2 also. So I go to bed like super late, which means I was getting up a lot later. And I'm not exactly used to that. And so here lately, I've been saying, no, I'm going to bed early and getting up early because I'm an early bird. So I plan on coming on tomorrow and doing a mindfulness practice for y'all. So any other thoughts or questions? Let me know. Hashtag replay queens. Hope that y'all have made comments. If not, let me know your thoughts. And yeah, let's have a wonderful week. It's a very special week. Once in a lifetime occurrence. In effect, sisters. I've talked about it in the other videos I made this week, so I don't want to belabor it, but I hope you take advantage of it, okay? And part of the way you can start taking advantage of it, do your hypnosis. You're welcome, Mystic Storm. You are so welcome, everybody. All right. All righty. Yes. Good night. Good night. Mwah. Love you all so much. See y'all tomorrow. Thank you, Sharmika. Y'all are the best. Good night, Monica. Blessings of the Mother be upon you all.